Hey everyone, what's up and welcome. Our first wipe is coming up in Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders just dropped a big article regarding the first expedition, and I want to go over it and through it with you guys to discuss everything we're going to be getting in terms of rewards, what happens if you don't choose to participate in the first wipe, and some ideas I've started to generate of my own that I would have liked to see included in the reward section of this wipe that aren't here for the official article, but who knows, maybe it could change before it actually happens, and if not, could facilitate healthy discussion to be included in future wipes. But regardless, here we are. The article dropped today. Time to start a new adventure. They said perhaps Speranza has always been too small for you. Maybe it's the thrill of danger, the feel of fresh air in your skin, or the promise of wealth that's only available topside. They said whatever your reason, all raiders share one thing in common, and it's the spirit of adventure. So this is where we first get into our expedition project details here. This will open on the 17th of December. So we have 11 days from this period now before we can choose to expedite. Now, this is only the opening of a 6-day window. They said you'll have 6 days from the 17th to actually decide on whether or not you want to participate. Or if you've already decided you wanted to participate, you have 6 days from that day to still try to complete the project to make sure you're eligible to participate in it. They said by departing in the caravan you have constructed with the expedition project, you will restart your journey with certain buffs and advantages. So we do get rewards for this. And they want to take us through some of the details here. He said, so you're leaving Speranza. When the expedition departs, all items in your stash will be contributed towards it. So everything in your inventory will be gone. Your next raider can earn up to, doesn't get guaranteed, but up to 5 skill points based on the total value of our stash and coins at the time of departure. 1 million coins worth of value equals 1 extra skill point. So if you want to achieve 5 extra skill points, which is going to be the cap, you cannot get any more than 5 skill points for the next wipe. You need $5 million. Now, there is a lot of incentive to do this because if you earn 5 skill points, these skill points are permanent, and that's what we get into here in just a moment. But they also say when you restart, all our progress will restart. This means our skill tree will be wiped, our level will be reset to 0, our stash will be wiped as well, nothing in the inventory. Workshops will also be reset, but you'll still have them unlocked. So you won't have to grind to unlock the stations, then start leveling them up. You'll just have all your stations and you can immediately get to leveling them up. Crafting abilities, once again, those are the levelings of your crafting stations wiped, and blueprints, which is the biggest pain point I see a lot of people complaining about. These have been an incredible grind. Like, it is so I have 400 hours and I'm still in the 50s for blueprints. Kind of insane. I haven't done much trading though. I would have liked to see some more blueprints included in the permanent rewards, which they're not. They said it's worth noting that the initial onboarding from your first deployment of Speranza will be skipped. And that's what I was getting at. The workbenches, you'll still have the baseline ones. You won't have to start from 0. They said your new raider won't totally restart at square one. By resetting, you will unlock the following advantages and rewards. So these are what you get to keep forever. It doesn't matter if you miss another wipe. Like, let's say you depart and you expedite this wipe, and then the next wipe you don't, you still have these rewards. So these are going to be the permanent ones. You get a patchwork raider outfit. So you get a cosmetic for participating. You get a scrappy janitor cap. So I'm assuming this is going to be like a short broom little hat you can put on Scrappy. You get to keep that forever. Expeditions indicator icon. So this is an icon probably exclusive to this wipe. I'm sure each wipe will have a different indicator. But yeah, it'll be a little logo to show that, you participated in this. You have skill points. Once again, you keep forever depending on stash value. This is why it's going to be really important you get these 5 skill points, because technically, if you get these 5 skill points now and somebody else doesn't get these 5 skill points, you will forever be at an advantage of having more skill points for as long as you never miss a skill point. Like, these are skill points people will never be able to get back. These are skill points people will infinitely be able to get moving forward, but never backtrack on. So get your $5 million. That is including money in your actual coins plus all of your value in your stash. I actually just calculated my stash value last night. It's around 2.6 million. So 2.6 million plus the 2 million I have. I'm getting close to the 5 million, but I still have a little bit of work to do. And then also you're gonna get plus 12 stash space forever. So obviously all your stash space is gonna reset come the new wipe. You're gonna have to pay the coins to unlock it and get it maxed out again. But at a default level, you'll have plus 12 more stash space, and this will stack and roll forward, you know, every wipe. Like, you know, you expedite again, now you have 24 more slots, and then so on and so on. So it's pretty good. It's honestly not bad, the permanent rewards that they give us, but the temporary buffs are where I'm starting to develop a little bit of an issue. You get a plus 10% repair buff, which is nice. I think 10% is honestly fair. Repairs, I think when you roll these forward multiple raid after raid, these will be pretty useful. I actually don't know if they stack, but I do know that these buffs only continue if you keep expediting. Now, a 10% repair buff, if this doesn't stack forward, so like if I expedite again and I don't get 20% the next time, I think that's a little lackluster. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if 10% is enough to really ever even make a difference. 5% XP boost. I'm not really too concerned with XP boosts. I mean, I know a lot of people are because they don't have as much time as, like, you know, people who make content on the game to play. I think once again, if this stacks, it will be okay. If it doesn't, it needs a bit of a buff. And then lastly, 6% more materials from Scrappy. This one's okay. Honestly, I actually don't mind this one being a bit more tame because I find Scrappy's bonuses start to just kind of compile the stash a little bit too hard. It gets micromanagey. But yeah, overall, I don't mind these. I don't mind them if they stack. If they don't stack, I have a problem with them. But where I really wish we had additional rewards was with the amount of rewards. I feel like these three aren't enough alone to really even feel like they make a difference, especially to the average player who might not be wiping again next time, and that's if it even stacks. I think throwing in potentially a permanent unlock token for a blueprint that you've already unlocked in the previous wipe would have been huge. Let's say, you know, we unlocked a Tempest blueprint, and that blueprint we spent minimum 30-40 hours trying to unlock and search for. I feel like it'd be nice if you could choose one blueprint, your favorite blueprint that you already put in the work to unlock, to carry it with you and take it with you for the next raid. I think that would be a great reward to have as a permanent reward for as long as you keep wiping. Not forever, because that kind of eliminates from the whole grind of the game. But if I keep expediting, next wipe, I could get another blueprint, and now I have 2 permanent blueprints until I miss a prestige. Overall, the rewards, I'm giving them grace because this is their first rodeo. This is their first wipe, just like the trials is also in its first rodeo. I've been kind of disappointed with the trials section of the game. I heard they added a Bobcat blueprint to the trials rewards, by the way, so I highly recommend you guys give that a stab. Could get some nice blueprints from it. I already have gotten some nice blueprints from it that weren't the Bobcat, but always worth giving a go and 3-starring. But from a competitive standpoint, out on the boards, I think there's a lot of out of map exploits right now. People are doing some fishy stuff. It's not the most fun as well. So trials, I hope to see them optimize that. The rewards for the expedition, also hope to see them optimize that. But I'm pretty certain they're open to some honest and you know, constructive feedback. So let them know down in the comment section. What would you guys like to see added to some temporary or permanent buffs? We got to remember that these could potentially roll over and stack. They said, bear in mind, buffs will increase in power for your next 3 expeditions. Oh, okay, my bad. They do roll over. Okay, so for the next 3 expeditions, that's incredible. Okay, never mind that. This was redundant. So yeah, this honestly, knowing this could roll over into a 30% buff, a 15% buff, and a 21% buff, 18% buff. Sorry, my quick math is terrible. He said, remember, your expedition window will open from the 17th of December and last until the 22nd, and you must sign up during this period. So you don't actually wipe at the 17th. Like, you can't wipe before people finish, and you can't wipe before people make up their mind. That's just when the window opens to opt in. And I'm assuming your stash doesn't actually get cleared until the 22nd. Everyone will get cleared at the same time. I have also been hearing that there's some people, which is why I was really encouraging a permanent blueprint into this whole temporary buffs segment. It would discourage people, or at least I hope they have systems in place to prevent blueprint transfers. There's a lot of people, including myself, who have been compiling blueprints and potentially giving them to friends, so that when you do hit the wipe, you could get them back from them and then collect those blueprints immediately. It's just because the blueprint grind is so tedious right now. Like I said, I have over 400 hours and I still am only within 50 or 60 blueprints, like in between there. That's just a lot of hours, man, that I don't know if you could ever justify. Like, I definitely don't think I'll be playing as much next wipe as I did this wipe because the game just came out. And so it feels stupid to not do that, but I do hope that they lock blueprints. So it's like, oh, this was earned from, you know, the starting point of the game. Like, oh, this was before wipe 1. You cannot redeem that post wipe 1. And then, oh, same thing for wipe 2. You know, you can't redeem it previous to wipe 2. I don't know, already it just feels like there's things they need to iron out, or maybe these are systems they already have in place because they haven't mentioned that they do have these preventative measures. I'm going to assume that they don't have these systems in place yet and are hoping to have it ready for it. But if it isn't, then it isn't. I doubt that this blueprint ordeal will exist come wipe number 2. I guarantee you it's going to be a topic of conversation come the 22nd. And they also said the value in stash coins will be counted when the window closes. So like I said, you have until the 22nd to make your decision, and then everybody will depart together. We do have a nice little graphic here showing us everything in visual detail of when things go down. And they also gave us some clarity on why they're doing it like this. If this is your first extraction shooter, I don't have a ton of previous extraction experience, but I have enough to know that most extraction games, other than Arc Raiders, normally have forced wipes. If you come to the expedition period, it's not really a choice. It's just everybody's resetting, everybody's losing their gear, and it kind of like rebalances everything in the game out. It resets the loot pool, it keeps everybody's stash in balance, it levels the playing field for a certain period of time, and it really makes the game feel fresh. Now, how many people are actually going to participate in this? I'm still kind of on the fence of like where the community's wavering. I don't know if more people are leaning towards it or not towards it. My gist so far is that it's more of a 50-50 split. I've heard a fair amount of people who say they don't want to do it. But they said progression wipes are a notoriously difficult thing to balance in online multiplayer games, specifically extraction shooters. We get that. Mandatory global wipes have some obvious benefits. Heavily invested players get to re-experience the initial grind. Once again, it makes you feel fresh. And for a time, the playing field is level. The optional expedition project is our solution to some of the problems that inevitably arise with mandatory wipes. Specifically, by respecting your time investment in the game, we want to offer you the choice. The reason they've gone about it this way, let's be honest, Arc Raiders in the grand sense of extraction shooters is definitely more on the casual side. The systems in place, just everything about it is much less punishing, much less tedious. And so they kind of wanted to offer the same type of experience when it came to the wipe system. The wipe system made with the casual experience that Arc Raiders offers would almost conflict each other, coexisting. And so they're experimenting. Is it the best system right out of the gates? I don't think so, but is it going to be refined in the future? I can guarantee that. But they said not completed as much as you'd like. You could just keep raiding, keep building, keep growing, and continue your project as if you never left it and get it ready for the next departure, the next expedition. But they said, are you ready for a new challenge and ready to grind once again? We can depart on the expedition and receive the buff rewards and bragging rights. I think anybody who enjoys the game on a casual level is going to want to participate to get those bonuses. I mean, that's kind of part of the game at that point, and incentivizes you to take place in the wipe. But I do think that there's going to be a lot of people who are able to just enter the new wipe juiced, and that'll be an interesting experience to go against. Who knows? Maybe there'll be Santa Claus come Christmas time. Maybe the people who don't wipe will be gifting up tempests and volcanoes around the map. That's what we can hope for. But until then, it'll be interesting to see. Let me know what you think of the system in place right now. Are you excited? Are you going to be wiping? Are you going to be continuing your project for the next time? And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, man. I'm really passionate about Arc Raiders. I'm not going to lie. I have been streaming an ungodly amount of hours over on my Twitch stream. I do apologize. We haven't been posting as much as I honestly would like to, but rest assured, we are still very invested in Arc Raiders, and I'll be doing my best to get more content out in the coming days and in the future for the future of Arc Raiders. So if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, your support's always appreciated. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. It's the best way to let me know you guys did enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Keep up, stay up. Peace out.